Hello, kindergartners. All right, we are going to get started here with our story for this week, The Elves and the Shoemaker. Here we go. The Elves and the Shoemaker. Once upon a time, a shoemaker lived in a little town. He was a good man and worked hard, but he became too poor to buy more leather. At last, he had only enough leather left to make one pair of shoes. At night, he cut out the leather, but it was too late to finish making the shoes. So he put the pieces on his bench and went to bed with a sad heart. In the morning, when he went to finish the shoes, what did he find? They were all done inside and done outside. Now this surprised the good man. His eyes grew bigger and bigger. Who in the world, he wondered, could have finished the shoes? Wife, he called, the shoes are done. Come and see. So she ran to see. Sure enough, there were the shoes all done. Then her eyes grew bigger and bigger. Who could have finished the shoes? While they were wondering, in came a customer. Have you any shoes to sell? He asked. One pair, sir, said the shoemaker, and he showed the pair on the bench. These are very fine shoes, said the customer. I will pay you very well for them. After the happy customer left with his shoes, the shoemaker had money to buy enough leather to make two more pairs of shoes. He cut out the new leather that night. I will finish the shoes in the morning, he said. Come, wife, it is late. Let us go to bed. The next morning, the shoemaker went to his bench, and what do you think he found? There were two pairs of shoes, all finished. He and his wife wondered and wondered who could have been kind enough to finish the shoes. While they were wondering, in came two customers. Have you any shoes to sell? They asked. Two pairs, sirs, said the shoemaker, and he showed them the two pairs on the bench. Ah, these are fine shoes indeed, said one customer. The finest I ever saw, said the other customer. Let us pay a good price for them. When the happy customers paid the shoemaker, he had money to buy enough leather for 4 more pairs of shoes. This kept going on day after day, night after night. Each night, the shoemaker cut out the leather. Each morning, he found finished shoes waiting for him. Each day, his customers paid him a high price. At last, he began to be rich, but still he did not know who was making his shoes. One night, he called to his wife. Let us sit up tonight, he said. We can hide behind the door. Then we can see who makes the shoes. Good, said the wife. Let us do so. I too want to see who is helping us. That night, after the pieces of leather were cut out, the old people hid behind the door and peeped through the crack. By and by, in ran 2 little elves dressed in ragged clothes. They were no bigger than your hand. Skippity hop. They ran to the bench. They picked up the shoes, then rappity rap. Oh, how they worked. In no time, the shoes were finished. Then hoppity skip, away they went again. The old people rubbed their eyes to see if it was true. Yes, it was, for there were the shoes all finished. The next day, the shoemaker's wife said, the little elves have been very kind to us. Let us do something to make them glad. Let us give them some new clothes. I will make the clothes and you can make some little shoes. So the good woman sewed all day. She made 2 little blue suits and several little white shirts. Last of all, she knitted 2 wee pairs of short red stockings. The shoemaker made 2 tiny pairs of shoes. At night, they put the new things on the bench. Then they hid behind the door again. The clock struck 12. In skipped the 2 little elves. Up they jumped to the shoemaker's bench. but they found no pieces of leather. Instead, they found the new clothes and the little shoes waiting for them. Whisk, off went the old clothes, and whoosh, on went the new. Then the little men danced for joy. They danced and skipped from the bench. They skipped and danced over the floor. Then they danced out the door, singing these words: Happy little elves are we, neatly dressed as you can see. No more shoemakers to be. No one saw them again, but from that day, the shoemaker had good luck. His heart was never sad again. He always had money for leather, and his customers paid him well. So you must know that good luck will come whenever the elves have danced, but they never dance when people are bad or lazy. All right, kindergartners, that is the end of our stories. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had the best day, and I will see you in class. Goodbye.